All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. It is an amazing day here in Utah. April 1st. Is today April Fool's Day? Can I say a couple of jokes? Anyway, I'm not. But happy April. Once again, March is an amazing month, phenomenal month, record-setting month, as we always say. We actually have a brand new 9-star in the house. So we're going to be talking to them a little later, but it's just, it's been an amazing month. I've been getting texts and emails and everything about how the business is growing, and it is amazing. It's truly a blessing, guys, to be part of Sizzle right now, just to see the happiness, the joy of everybody sharing the mission, sharing the products, sharing the testimonials that we get in a daily basis. It's something unreal, compared to just to see other companies struggle and doing layoffs and doing things that they're doing to save the company, and we seeing record growth. And this Q1 we grew double digits compared to the Q1 of last year, which is amazing. And a lot of people are asking, what are we doing differently to make sure that we're growing, and I think that one of the things, obviously, when I travel and I ask people, number one is products, that the products actually work, and that's very true. Leadership, guys, just to have the leaders that we have here in Sizzle, in corporate and in the field is something that has to do a lot with our growth, right? Other than the product, the building relationships, the traveling, the meetings, the in-home meetings, the belly to belly to be at someone's homes and look them in the eye and tell them how the products has changed their lives is something that we don't see in this industry anymore. Most companies are focusing on social media and posting videos and doing this, but they don't have that bond that we have as a family in Sizzle. And I think that's one of the greatest things that we have and reasons why we're growing. But we have an amazing call today. I'm going to be talking a little about what we have, announcements that we have before we pass the time to other people, starting with our April promo. This promotion that we have this month is the spring cleaning promo, which is one of our most popular promotions that we do on a yearly basis. This April, we have two aseptic cleans, 2 Sizzle Strongs, 2 organic cleanse, 2 vibrant laundry detergents, 1 shampoo, 1 conditioner, 1 enliven, and 1 exfoliant, all for $239. Okay, so it's a great deal that you get, and it's available for the whole month. This is April is the last month of free enrollments, and it is the last month for sure. So make sure that you take advantage of that. Starting May, we'll be again charging for the $24.99 for the enrollment with the kit. But it's been a couple months since we have the free enrollment promotion, and like I say, it's coming to an end this month. But yeah, this April promo is amazing. Last month's promo with the hot chocolate was very well liked during the month. As a matter of fact, people were asking, "Are we bringing the hot chocolate back?" And unfortunately, not unfortunately, we are actually bringing the hot chocolate back as a permanent SKU, a single SKU. So all day today has been available. So you guys can go ahead and purchase this amazing product that's been very popular since last winter. So it's a great news that we have this our hot chocolate product available as well. So another product that we have this that we want to share with you is the Sizzle Seasons Wild Blossoms. This is for a limited time, and if you guys have tried these 2 products, they're amazing. I love the smell of the hand soap and the lotion as well. Very popular as well. So make sure that you guys tell your teams about it. This is for a limited time while supplies last. So make sure that you guys share that with your teams. Now we have some different dates that we want to share of meetings that we're going to. Well, Tom's going to be in Wisconsin, April 12th and 13th. So please make sure that you do reservations. And I think it's you need to call Laura to do the reservations. I'll give you Laura's number right now, just to make sure that you guys call her and reserve. It's a free event. So her phone number is 978-771-3446. Give her a call and do your reservations. Like I say, it's completely free, and Tom's going to be there sharing a lot with products, and we'll give you some more information in the next slide. But we have April 17th, which is going to be the deal of the day. Same time, 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the 18th. This deal of the day is going to be amazing, and I'm sure that you guys are going to love it because you love this product. I'm not going to say more, but it's going to be a very popular deal of the day. So make sure that you guys call it ahead of time or place in orders online with your upline. We'll probably let you guys know a week before so everybody knows what the deal of the day is, but you guys are going to love it. May 6th, we're going to have our next Rise call at 7 p.m. Utah time. At 5 o'clock, we have our compensation plan training. So make sure that you go and attend both meetings to learn about the comp plan and about the news that we have for you guys on the Rise call. May 10th and 11th, we have our international Europe convention with Tom and Liesel. They're going to be there. So let's go ahead and click on the next slide for that information. Kaden, please. First of all, the Wisconsin event is going to be at the Holiday Inn and Conference Center. Friday the 12th from 10 to 4, Saturday the 13th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And there is Laura's phone number, and it's going to be a great event. And then we have our Europe convention that's going to be in Budapest, Hungary. So everybody from Europe and all around the world who wants to attend, there's going to be a couple of days there. It's going to be like a mini Mower Mountain, where one day is going to be fun and getting to know everybody, and then there's going to be a meeting the following day on the Saturday, the 11th, and there's going to be training, recognition, and a lot of fun stuff that you guys don't want to miss. So we have all these things, guys. Obviously, we're going to be talking about Mower Mountain. All the things that we have to release this year is amazing. Product lines, all these things that we have for 2024, which we know for a fact that's going to be even better than 2023. Like I say, we just saw the numbers for Q1 compared, and it's something amazing. And we really appreciate everything that you guys do. So for Mower Mountain, we're going to pass the time to, I believe it's Kaden, to talk a little about what we're expecting for Mower Mountain. So Kaden.
All right. Thank you, Milo. So Mower Mountain, believe it or not, it is only 2.5 months away, which is crazy. It feels like just a couple months ago, we were talking about how it's a year away and we've already started planning. Well, that year's gone by pretty quick, and we are just about to have everybody back out here, and we are extremely excited. So we've talked about it quite a bit over all of the Rise calls and Inspire calls. So I want to quickly go over just the brief agenda. We'll go in more detail over the next couple months, but for a brief agenda, Wednesday is going to be registration at the Marriott from 12 to 6 p.m. Thursday is going to be that Mower Mountain Day, the best day of them all. We go up to the ranch and we have a blast up on the mountain. Friday is going to be the Supernaturals tour, where we show you where all of the Sizzle products are made. And then Saturday, and then after the Super tour, we have the hiking and the Top Golf. So this is one update that we wanted to talk about. With the limited amount of people that signed up for the ropes course, we are going to condense that into just the 2 activities, Topgolf and Timpanogos hike. So if you did sign up for the ropes course, you'll be getting a call out soon to re-sign up. But the Timp hike, I know Milo is extremely excited for. He says he's going to hike it up with every single group, jog down and hike it up with the next person. He's extremely excited about it. I've golfed with him. He's not very good. So me and Thomas are going to practice the people or practice the golf. Actually, never mind. Thomas might be worse. Milo, do you want to go golfing with me? But it's going to be a blast. We're excited about those 2 events. And then Saturday is going to be the corporate training during the day, where Milo had talked about a little bit of some of the exciting stuff that's going to be coming down at those trainings from different launches and exciting programs. It's going to be a blast. And then later that night is going to be the gala, where we do recognition of the awards and star ranks and have a nice dinner and some entertainment. And we're extremely excited. We'll go in more detail later on that agenda. But for right now, that's a little bit of what you'll be getting. The reason why I bring that up is ticket dates for purchasing Mower Mountain tickets was September 1st, 2023 to March 31st. So that was just yesterday, the cutoff date. Since we didn't make that announcement on the last Rise call, and it kind of even took me by surprise, I kind of forgot that it even came up that quickly. We're going to extend it up until April 18th. So you have another 3 weeks to sign up for this event. If you want to come to Mower Mountain, I highly recommend. It's great for business, for networking, for just good family fun. We'll go over a little interview in just a little bit for a Mower Mountain testimonial, so you can hear a little bit more from just not a corporate perspective, but also from a distributor perspective. Also, a thing to note during Mower Mountain is going to be customer service being closed during the tour on Friday. That is going to be June 14th. It'll be closed from roughly, I'll have to look at the exact dates, but in the morning up until 1:30 to 2 until that tour is done. And then we leave for the activities. So if you are calling in, make sure to call in before Friday or later on in the day on Friday. But with everybody coming over, it's all hands on deck to make sure that the Super Tour is as best as it can be and that everybody's here to help. So you're going to be getting, those of you who have purchased tickets already, you're going to be getting an outbound call over the next, they've already started. If you haven't already received the call, if they left you a voicemail, make sure to call back. They're going to be asking you a handful of questions. I want to go over those just so you can prep for those, so you have everything ready. We're going to ask what the names of all the adults tending on the adult tickets and children's tickets, how many children are coming, how old the children are, including ages under 18, how are you getting to Utah, how or where you're planning on staying. Just a reminder that transportation is only from the Marriott. You don't have to stay at the Marriott, but you have to get to the Marriott to get picked up or dropped off. So they will also be asking if you're needing transportation during the event. If you have any food allergies, if you've signed up for any activities, we have noticed that a handful of people have purchased tickets but have not purchased an activity. So we don't know where, or not really purchased, but signed up for an activity. So we want to know where everybody's going for those, and then what size of shirt you and the children are going to be wearing. So those are just some of the questions that you're going to be hearing from these outbound calls. So the Mower Mountain contest also is getting very close to the end. Since the month has not closed out yet, we will announce next Monday the winner for the Mower Mountain monthly competition, and the leaderboard will also be updated in the back office on next Monday. The winner for the March prize is going to be one of those amazing frothers that I use every single day, along with a Sizzle Cafe mug. And then for April, the monthly prize is going to be the hot chocolate that is now a permanent SKU. And this is by far the best hot chocolate I've ever had. And I feel good eating it because it's healthy or drinking it. Okay. So now I'm going to bring on my dad because he wants to personally do this interview with one of our leaders, Laura Baccini. Dad, do you want to come on here?
I don't want to. I'm dying to get on here because this is a monumental day at Sizzle. I just got back from Japan a few days ago, and I wish I had everybody in Japan on the call, everybody in Europe, and everybody who's not on the call is missing out because today, first, I want to congratulate one of the hardest working leaders I've ever met. And I'm old. I've been in this industry for decades. And that is our new 9-star, Laura Baccini. So, Laura, congratulations. And if you're out there, clap your hands and yell.
Thank you. Yahoo! And Big Dom helped me a lot. It was teamwork. Couldn't do it without everybody.
You're like me. It's a family event, isn't it?
Absolutely. Couldn't do it without everybody.
Yeah,
definitely a team effort.
It takes a lot of support, but I'll tell you what, the old saying about the mail through rain and snow and storm, that's Laura. Because, we've had the highest highs and we've had some scary things. But one thing about it, everything is a speed bump, not a roadblock. And, we get through those. That's what business is. And Laura not only knows that in her heart and her whole family, but they understand, let's find the resolution, let's find how to solve this problem and move on because it continues to grow. And tonight, Laura, I wanted to, number one, congratulate you, but, Kaden's talking about Mower Mountain and I've done Mower Mountain for over 20 some odd years. And one thing I have seen, leaders who participate, not just in Mower Mountain, but in other events, are on that ladder to success. And so you've come to Mower Mountain quite a few times. Tell me what you've seen with some of your leaders underneath you and some of the successes when they go home after Mower Mountain.
Well, for sure, when people go there and get to experience it, it's far different than just hearing it from somebody who's been there. And I've seen people from one year to the next year when they go there and meet all the corporate team, all the Mowers, Milo, and everybody, see the manufacturing plant, see the science lab, and actually really experience it. Then they go home and they have this, it's a passion, it's in their heart. And the Sizzle becomes more of a passion for them. And it's something that it gives you the confidence that you need to go home and really share it. And it amazes me because I can see people who went, and one person went and said they were a 1-star and they didn't know how they were going to do it, but they wanted to come back as a 4-star and they did it. And somebody else came and they weren't anything yet and they said, I want to go home and be a 1-star, and they made a 3-star. And it just goes on, but it gives people the belief in not only themselves, but in the company and in the products and in the ingredients and the science. I mean, you see it, you don't just hear about it. It just makes such a huge difference. And when you go there, you're with your Sizzle family, you're with your own team, you're meeting new people from all around the world. It's so much fun always when we meet people from Japan and Australia and Europe. But then you take all of what you learn from each individual person, and the whole experience just makes it that much more powerful when you go home and share what you've seen and what you're part of. It's hard to even believe for some people because some people, network marketing is brand new. Other people, they've been in many companies and no one's ever experienced what we have here at Sizzle. We're unique, we're different. And, to go and be in a day with the Mowers and horseback riding and that whole day, but then the next day is let's get serious and see what we can do to help each other in the business, it's just amazing. And to see the families, the children, and they come back year after year, and they're going to go home and they're going to cheer for their parents, and because they have a better understanding. It just makes it a better experience for everybody. But no, I'm actually kind of like speechless because I've been there so many times, but I know that what you do in an event in just those 3 days is kind of like a 6-month learning curve. It would take you 6 months of meetings and phone calls to learn what you can in just 3 days from everybody. And if you want to make an impact on people and make an impact on helping people and making a difference and an impact on your business, there's no better place than being part of Mower Mountain and being with like-minded people. It's just an awesome experience.
Laura, thank you. And I'll tell you what, in the sizzle world, there is no one more qualified to give the speech that you just gave than you. I mean, as the new 9-star, and, I won't get into, what that means. I know what it means for work and, and the support that it takes. It means a lot hearing from you because you've been to Mower Mountain numerous times. You've watched your leaders grow as they come there. And it's kind of that difference of, and you hit on a lot of great points. We're very unique in what we do. We're a family-owned company. We have cornerstones that others don't have. We're into research and development. We have our own manufacturing. We're debt-free. But it's really what it does when you come to Mower Mountain, it's like no longer having faith because you touch it, you see it, you feel it, you ask the questions, you shake the hands, and you rub shoulders with other great leaders like Laura and many others that are here, and you flat out ask them, what did you do when this happened? And how did you get so many people here? And in your network, and we are a networking sales organization fueled by revolutionary products. And you really get to take off the mask and be part of it. So, Laura, thank you very much for jumping on here. And then, Kaden, I think I'm going to turn it back to you, or is it Thomas or Milo?
Yep, to me.
All right, I knew one of them.
Perfect, thank you. And I'd like to say congratulations, Laura, to you too. I feel like we're witnessing history here on this call. And I'm excited to see when the next 10 and the next so forth. I mean, we might have to come up with all these new ranks. We're getting up there pretty close. But I do love everything that you said about Mower Mountain. It's true that not only for every distributor that comes to Mower Mountain, and I truly do see every time at the end of the event, everyone says, next year I'm going to be a 4-star when I come back. Next year I'm going to be a 6-star. Next time I'm going to be everything, and that gives them that fueled fire. And it does for corporate as well. I mean, it is tiring running through the event, but it does let you see all of the excitement that sometimes you kind of lose on the computer as you're going through emails, and all of a sudden you see the excitement. It reinvigorates you. And so we're extremely excited. Hopefully some of you took something from Laura and get a ticket while you still have a couple weeks. But on that note, I'm going to pass the time on from Mower Mountain to the weight loss competition, which also is coming to an end. So we have 1 month left of the weight loss competition, which is crazy that it feels like it was just January. Now, hopefully, at least majority of us are still going pretty strong with our New Year's resolutions. So during the competition, you could compete in all 3 categories. We had the fitness cells, the group weight loss, and the sizzling recipe booklet. And since this is the last month, we have 1 monthly winner left of fitness cells, which is going to be Vernon and Laura Hofstetler. Congratulations. You'll be getting $250 cash in your e-wallet tomorrow. And then for the group weight loss, which is extremely incredible. Actually, before I go on to the group weight loss, I've got to say, this year, there is a lot of competition. The point system in this fitness cells competition is through the roof, and it is back and forth and within 100 to 1,000 points of like the top 5 or 6 people. There's not a for sure winner in this. So this is anybody's game still. So I'm excited to see what it looks like mid-month and end of the month. But let's go into the group weight loss. Or that fitness sales leaderboard will be into the back office tomorrow morning, where you can go through the whole leaderboard. So the group weight loss, and they have lost a lot of weight on this. The team that won the monthly competition this month is Thin to Win for Life. Awesome name, by the way. They actually have won 1 month prior, but they lost over 108 pounds just this month. They've lost 255 pounds total. So congratulations. I bet you guys have some amazing testimonials. Besides all of the weight, I bet you guys are feeling great. I'm excited to hear some of those testimonials. We'll have to have the winner on for an interview in a couple Rise calls from now. So the coach of that team is Anne-Marie O'Keefe. You got a $200 voucher that will be put into your account tomorrow. And then the members are James O'Keefe, Berga McComb, Zeke Ezekiel, Lori Visco, and Melva Spellman. So congratulations. Hopefully that voucher is something awesome, even though the weight is probably much more awesome. So I'm also going to go through the winners, and nobody knows these yet, the winners for the recipe competition. So we had 20 winners. You're going to be the very first ones to see the Sizzle Lean recipe booklet. Those will be shipping out to you towards the end of this month before anybody has an opportunity to see them. And you'll be getting, if you can see the screen, Sizzle Personal Handheld Blender. So the winners for these are Benjamin B. Stoltzfus, Denise Cervez, Irma Lehman, Gloria Yoder, Janelle Schlebach, Kenton and Doris Burkholder, Lena Yoder, Linda Fisher, Linda Byler, Lorana Esch, Loretta Schlebach, Lydia Ann Petersheim, Melinda Stoltzfus, Manny and Suzanne Fisher, Mima King, Rachel Ebersol, Rachel Wingard, Robin Lavender, Sadie Reel, and Sadie Stoltzfus. Some of these recipes, all of these recipes, were amazing. So thank you for sending them in. Be watching for that recipe booklet towards the end of this month and the blender. I hope you all enjoy, and congratulations. So another update that we have is that there is a 10% off for in April for the Sizzle Sales Tools website. So this has hats, shirts, hoodies, banners, printables, business cards, all sorts of swag on that website. You can go to the website, sizzlesalestools.com. If that URL is not working, so it just switched over, you might have to print Sizzle Sales Tools printrp.com, and it'll take you to the working website. If you don't have access to the internet, then you can also call 888-632-8844. So those are the 2 ways you can go on there. And we do have some exciting stuff that's brand new on there, and that is the Max Motion banners. So we've designed 2 new Max Motion banners that you can purchase and take them to rodeos, to events, the farmer's market, anything to help you sell Max Motion and portray Sizzle. The banner is up on there for purchase. So on the note of Max Motion, we wanted to bring on a testimonial of someone that showed that they could build a business around Max Motion. And so we've asked, and it was a little last minute, so I hope that they're on here. And they actually were the Fitness Sales Monthly competition winner as well, but they were the 3rd place winner in the Max Motion contest. So let's see if Vernon and Laura Hochstetler are on. Well, it was a little last minute. If they come on, maybe we can hear from them a little later, but we didn't give them too much notice, so I don't blame them for not being on. All right. So we're going to pass the time on to Thomas. He is going to be interviewing the distributor spotlight for April, another huge leader in Sizzle. Thomas?
Hey, do we have Marianne and Benuel Stoltzfus on the call today?
Hey, we are here, Thomas.
I'm excited to be able to interview you. Usually this is Liesel's part, but I get the honor of being able to do it.
Well, this is so exciting, and we are so honored. We just came home from friends, and I saw Milo had tried to call, and so I called him back, and I was like, oh, my word. So we're excited.
Well, congratulations. You guys are quite the dynamic duo and such a powerhouse in Sizzle. And if you wouldn't mind, can I throw you on the spot and ask you a few questions?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, like we have to always start off with, why Sizzle?
Wow. And as I was sitting here and thinking of some of the questions that you usually ask for the spotlight, my thoughts went back, and I remember that very first time sitting in that hotel room and listening to your grandpa, to Tom Sr., sharing his heart, and I had gone out there just to, I wanted to see if the owner of Sizzle is who they say they are, if they are people of integrity. And we had no idea at that time that 7-hour trip to Massachusetts, where we met Laura, congratulations, girl, where we met Laura and Dom for the very first time. We met Ray Hutchinson. I remember him, and we met some of the Sizzle people, but we had gone out. We were just testing the waters. We were looking, we were asking questions. So if you're brand new on the call and that is how you're feeling, and you're still looking at Sizzle and wondering if this is a home for you, 13 years later, we do not regret, or no, it's 11. I'm sorry, 11. That was 2013. But 11 years later, we do not regret 1 year, 1 day with Sizzle. And I will never, ever forget, after the meeting and listening to Tom and hearing his past, but also his vision and how passionate he was about the brain vitality, the inner chi for her that was going to come. And he talked about the triangle, but he talked about the toxic chemicals. He talked about the mission. He talked about how we're going to be changing lives all over the world, how we're going to become a household name. And it was that passion. It was it wasn't only the science, but it was that passion that spoke to my heart. And I remember sitting there and listening, and my eyes welled up with tears. My heart swelled up. And I was like, I want to be a part of this. Because you wondered, why did we start with Sizzle? I had worked in health and nutrition, and I saw so many people coming through the door, and autoimmune, mental illnesses, infertility, hormonal issues, and Lyme's disease. And finally, my question was not what can we do, but what is causing this? And I also want to take this time to thank God, because all good things come from Him. I was searching that year, and I would often just ask, what can we do to help the people? So when we got a call from Katie, Jake and Katie, thank you so much for reaching out to us, and then DW following up on us. And I remember doing a 3-way call with DW and Laura and Katie, and asking us, to take a look at Sizzle. I didn't really believe that our answers would come through a network marketing company. But after doing research and then driving up to meet Tom Mower and knowing that this was different, we grabbed the hold, we climbed in, partnered up, grabbed the hold, and never turned back since.
Ah, I love that. If you haven't met Marianne and Benuel, I think you, from that explanation, you can tell that she always is putting Sizzle first and her teammates first on building them up and helping them. But a lot of the work is owed to you two. You're such an amazing team. The events you put on, the events that you guys have put on, or that you guys come to, your presence, it's like a magnet, and we love you guys for that. Thank you for that. Well, I guess you kind of answered it, but can you explain a little bit if you were talking to somebody brand new never heard about Sizzle, what you would recommend or how you think that they should get started with Sizzle.
It's a great question, but before I do go into that, Thomas, I would like to take this moment and thank corporate, because when we came home, we were excited, but Sizzle was still brand new. There was only a couple years old, and it was still brand new. And I want to thank corporate, Tom Jr., I want to thank you, Thomas, Kaden, Milo, and everybody at corporate for the open relationships and communications between the field and you guys. Because through all the changes and all the growth in the last 11 years, that communication has been essential and key, not only to our success, but our team's success. Not every company has that privilege. You are not only corporate, you're family. We get to see your homes. And again, if you're brand new on this call, this is rare. This is what makes Sizzle unique and different. We're not only a company, we're a community, we're a family. And we all help and carry each other. It's incredible. And then I also want to take time to thank our upline. You have been key to our success, and especially our sponsors, Jake and Katie. I can call Katie anytime I want. And, whether it is a question that I have or an exciting idea that pops into my brain that needs help sorting out, I can come up with brilliant ideas, but I need help to sort them out and say, you know what, Marianne, even though this might sound like a brilliant idea, look at it 3 months down the road, look at it 4 months down the road, look at it a year from now. And she helps me to see that even though right now it might sound brilliant with a little bit of tweaking, it can be amazing. But she helps me to look in the future and not just today. So it has been huge. And whenever I sit down with her or talk with her on the phone, I always come away with wisdom. And that has been key. So if you're out there, find somebody to grab a hold of. And then I also want to thank our teams. Our teams have been essential to our success. Success does not come all alone. The planning committee in here in Lancaster, the teams, the rising teams, and the brand new person. You matter. You're amazing. And I'm super excited to see where Sizzle takes you. And I want everybody to have the same success that is available with Sizzle. Okay, back to your question, Thomas. I had to get that off of my plate because it is not just about us. It is about the team, and it's about everybody working together. So your question was, what would I say to a brand new person? Well, right now I'm working with a brand new person, Danae and John Lapp. And if you guys are on the call, congratulations for just partnering up with us. And the first question I have is, what do you want? How can we serve you? So I know what I would love for Danae and John. I would love to get them started right away. I would like to help them build a team. But right now, her number one goal is to help her little ones. She has 2 little ones, to help her little ones, and also to create that health and vibrant energy for herself. And so that is the most important, because once they can experience that, they already love the coffee, they're experiencing change with the products, and then going on, but always showing them what is available. And I said to her, I'm going to show you what is available, but my goal is to serve you and help you with what you want. Because until she believes, I can have my vision for her, but what is her vision? Does that answer that question?
That does. That was a perfect answer. Thank you for elaborating that. And you have so many experiences with that. You've literally onboarded hundreds and hundreds of people. You've become literally an expert in the field, built a massive business. I guess to conclude with one last final question, if you could think of all the unique factors, everything crazy with Sizzle, what in your mind makes us the powerhouse? What makes us the most unique and the best company in the industry?
Oh, wow.
One.
Number one, you own, I don't know how much time I have to answer that question, but I'll try to make it short because you can't just answer it in one sentence. But I will say what impressed me in the beginning was the science, but anybody can talk about science. But it's the end-to-end control of the products. You bring the raw materials in, they are tested, and then they are formulated, put together, they're studied and tested again, and then put out into the field. But all of that goes through many, many, many processes. So it's not only our products, but the integrity. It is the this is hard to just say in a little bit, guys. If you're brand new on the call, you hear a lot of companies say, "Well, our products are the best." But I'm just going to share this, and this story has made such a huge impact in our teams, where our teams were able to take this story and share it and help people to understand. And that is when Tom Mower Sr. had the ability to make some products for an outside company, which they do at their facility there, is the company wanted them to make soaps or shampoos. And they said, but we'll bring in our own water. And Tom Sr. asked them, we have all the water we need here. Why would you bring yours in? Well, we'll bring our water in. And then Tom asked them, well, tell me what is in your water. Because you're allowed to add water that has other ingredients into your soaps and not put it into your label. But Tom chose to turn aside that contract and say no to them, because he would not have been the man of integrity that he is, knowing that he was putting a product together for another company and marking it toxin free because there was chemicals in the water. So we just talked about this last week. What is in the water? In the products that you're using, what type of hidden ingredients are in there? With Sizzle, we can trust them not only from the ingredients that we can read, but the ingredients that we cannot read or that we do not know. We know without a shadow of a doubt that we can trust them. Not everybody knows that in the beginning, but because the distributors believe they can convey that with passion, and that means so much. Number two is the products bring results. The Fluidin, the resveratrol, the Trinity, the resveratrol, they bring results. And that too is super, super huge. The last one I'm going to probably say is the community, the support. The support in the field, you guys coming out there and supporting us, cheering us on, has been priceless. That is just a tiny bit of a nutshell. So if you're brand new on this call and you're wondering, is Sizzle for you? Please go back to the people that have invited you and tell them, I would like to go along to Mower Mountain. We drove 7 hours in a blizzard to meet Tom Mowers because we wanted to know if he is a man of integrity. 11 years later, well, actually 2.5 years later, we were full-time with Sizzle. And since then, so many of our team has been able to create six-figure incomes because of the structure that Sizzle has, because of the support, because of the products. They sell themselves because they bring results. Do your due diligence. Go and search, and you will not be disappointed. And I would love to talk to you 10 years from now and see where you're at.
Well, thank you for those very wise words, Marianne, and thank you for being on the call and for being our distributor spotlight for this month. And we look forward to seeing you soon. I know I was just barely with you, but I always look forward to getting back over there, getting back east, having you come out here out west, whichever it be, and be able to be in your presence and learn from you as well. So thank you for being on the call.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And I would just love to close with this. This morning I just read that often differences can cause divisions in people, but it should not be in our teams. Instead of concentrating on what divides us, we should concentrate on what unites us, build on the strength of each other, and empower the new person to come along and grow. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And with that, we're going to turn the time back over to our co-founder and CEO, Tom Mower Jr. Dad, are you on the call?
I'm here.
Perfect. Take her away.
Not very often I'm on a call with an 8-star and a brand new 9-star and my 2 kids and Milo and everybody else out there. So, I mean, what a treat this is. And so I'm going to finish up the call, but if we look at, what the promo is with the Cleanse and Sizzle Strong and all the cleaning products, I mean, we all think of spring cleaning, and these are great, safe products. And so Kaden said, Dad, will you take a moment at the end of the call today and talk just a little bit about the theory and the cleaning products and a little bit of our history. And I know most people don't have a camera on a computer and probably aren't seeing the what we have on the screen. But what's on the screen for those of you who can't visualize it is where Dad and I, 50 years ago, it's been about 50 years this year, started our New Bright chemical business. And on our 75-acre farm, there's a little wood slat shed with a concrete foundation. And this is where we started. And this is what really got us to where we're at today. I mean, now 300,000 square foot of Class A manufacturing, labs and everything. This is where it all started. No water, no heat, no electricity. I hauled everything from a half a mile away in an old 2-wheel drive pickup truck. We lived at about 6,300 feet elevation, cold winters, and that's what started. And so we started making cleaning products, started making powdered laundry soap in an old Pioneer wheelbarrow with a shovel. But that started a process, and that started a process that really is what Sizzle stands for: science, innovation, success, energy, longevity. Because as we got more involved in chemistry and we found out about industrial chemicals, and there was no internet, it was all word of mouth, going to libraries, writing letters, doing phone calls, meeting with sales reps and scientists, we found amazing ways to make things shinier, prettier, cleaner. In industrial chemicals, people want windows that are streak-free. But at that point, people were not really familiar with the dangers of formaldehyde and phenolic cleaners and VOCs, volatile organic compounds like acetone and methylene chloride. They're highly efficient in what they do. And it wasn't until the 80s that we came, it was required that material safety data sheets come out that tell you about dermatitis and cancer rates and exposure to these chemicals. And, and a lot of it was reproductive problems. And so as a kid, I was around all this and we didn't know a lot about the safety. And so if you look at Thomas and Kaden and think there's a problem with them, well, I might have absorbed a little too many of these chemicals early on in my life. But there's a lot of problems with these chemicals. And so, of course, as everybody knows our story, we went home and Dad threw away our shampoos and lotions because we found a lot of these same products were used in personal care products. And so this pack was wildly successful last year when we sold it, because a lot of what Marianne said, people trust what we have been doing now for, well, you look at this picture, 50 years. That just blows me away. Half a century ago, Dad and I were starting into the industrial chemical business, and what a trip it has been along the way. And my father was definitely the kind of guy that nothing got in his way. There's always an answer and a way to do it better. And if even if it was failure, it was a learning experience and to move on. And so as you see this pack, I mean, I'm excited. It snowed hard yesterday for Easter up at the house, and the ice is off the stream. So the conditioner, the shampoo, and the Enliven, we can put it in a bucket and go down the stream. This is the time of year that we get a bathe at our house. So we're excited about that. But the Sizzle Strong, the Organic Cleanse, the Aseptic Cleanse, the Vibrant, we've learned so much, not just about our own safety, we've learned about downstream safety. And so over the decades, we've looked for ways that are organic or don't have, I remember 50 years ago, boy, the best cleaners in laundry soap were phosphates. But downstream, they promoted algae growth, and that was a real problem. And so, optical brighteners and the things that would carboxymethyl cellulose, not let soil redeposit. We found ways to reinvent these types of products. Sizzle Strong. Well, what's one of the main ingredients? D-limonene. That comes from citrus. The peel off an orange, a grapefruit. That was the first distillation I ever did at the University of Utah when I went to college. And I pursued chemistry because I had such a profound respect for it. And I'd grown up since I was 11 years old involved with chemicals. And later on went and got my degrees and things from that. But I wanted to find better ways to make things safe. And Organic Cleanse. How do we remove pesticides and things that insects might deposit, and typical dirt and debris and paraffin waxes that grocery stores use to make them a little shinier. Well, we found oleic acid. It's a great compound, very natural. We consume it, but you can use that as a combination to emulsify that debris off vegetables. So anyway, these products are designed. Marianne hit on a lot of key points. We could go on for hours about that. And so did Laura today about with Sizzle, you might start with faith, but when you come to the Masters in Pennsylvania or you come out to Mower Mountain, pretty soon you realize you don't need as much faith as you thought, because you can touch it, you can feel it, and with the products, you can have the success that you've only dreamed about, that you don't find in other companies. And there's so many cornerstones that we're not just a business with 4 cornerstones, but these are tried and true principles of being debt-free and doing our own integrated supply chain. Marianne touched on that. We do control it from the concept through the research, through the vendor certification, through the testing, from the pilot plant to the finished product, to the very consumer that uses the product. And so we are very unique in our approach. We're really a manufacturing company that uses network marketing to sell dynamic products. Totally different than other companies. They're a marketing company looking for a product to sell. And so we're so thrilled that everybody who has joined Sizzle is getting the blessings that they deserve through health and wealth and business opportunities, and glad to be on the call. I hope everybody had a great Easter and found all the Easter eggs hidden around their house, but also, even more importantly, remembers the true meaning of Easter and what that means to each of us in our individual lives. And with that, we're coming to the end of the call. I'm excited to be in Wisconsin. Boy, if you're up there, come by. I'd love to shake your hand and say hello to everybody and answer some questions, talk about some products. We are the company that's growing. We are the company that continues to grow. We've had such dynamic growth, especially the last 4 years, and it's proven in the type of leaders who are growing within our company. So everybody have a great night, and thanks for being on the call.